Hi YouTube, this is Joe with CaltonCutlery.com. You can find me at CaltonCutlery.com. Playing with a couple of choppers. It's been a while since I made some chopper videos. Just got back from Blade, got a little bit caught up, and so as nice as it is, I just felt like I should do some chopper videos. Here's some three choppers I'll be finishing up over the next, probably week or so. These three are stockers along with a couple of customs, so these three will probably make it up onto the website. So I just wanted to do some chopping and play around, and also talk a little bit about your edge geometry and edge measurements. You know, most makers measure your thickness at the spine, and they also and then they'll either measure at the pre-sharpened thickness of the edge, or they'll measure at the shoulder of the edge. When I started making kitchen knives, I started taking those measurements, but then again I also started taking the measurement a 1/4 inch back from the edge. Now the reason I did that is because the ram on my micrometer is a 1/4 of an inch across. And so you just line up the edge of your anvil and on the micrometer, and that gives you the measurement of the thickness of the grind a 1/4 inch back. Now, one really interesting thing is that you can play with your, let's set one of these down. Let's take these two right here. Nope, not this one. This one right here, or these two. Okay, so we've got two choppers. They're both, let's see, the top one's 265 thousandths thick at the spine, and 43 thousandths at the shoulder of the edge, and 61 thousandths a 1/4 inch back from the edge. The bottom one is 257 thousandths thick at the spine, 35 thousandths thick at the shoulder of the edge, and it's still 60 thousandths thick at a 1/4 inch back from the edge. And the reason for that is your sharpening angle. Not only your sharpening angle, but also if it's a flat ground edge or if it's a convex edge. You can basically play with your sharpening angle and the way that you sharpen that edge to, you know, really kind of play with that shoulder of the edge measurement. But a 1/4 inch back from the edge is always a 1/4 inch back from the edge, no matter what, really, unless it's, you know, a flat ground, hollow ground versus a convex grind. Anyways, that was just because I felt like saying that. Anyway, so we're going to take all three of these choppers, make one cut through the 2x6 on each one of them, just to play around. This one is 218 thousandths at the spine, 1/4 inch back from the edge is 70 thousandths, and at the shoulder of the edge is 50 thousandths, and it has got probably a 3/16 wide edge bevel. This is really old and nasty 2x6s. Been in my yard an awful long time, so they're full of sand and grit and everything, so we're not going to worry too much about edge retention. We're just looking at the geometry and the way each blade cuts through the 2x6. Maybe you'll be able to get an idea from watching the cuts with each knife after I tell you the measurements, you know, what thickness would cut roughly the best. Okay, there's one, and that one was again 218 thousandths thick at the spine, 70 thousandths thick a 1/4 inch back, and 50 thousandths thick at the shoulder of the edge. And the edge width is about 3/16 of an inch or so. Next up we have one that's 265 thousandths thick at the spine, 61 thousandths a quarter inch back, and 43 thousandths thick at the shoulder of the edge. The edge is a little bit over 1/8 of an inch wide, and this one's got a convex grind on it. These are all differentially hardened 51/60. And the last one is 257 thousandths at the spine, 60 thousandths a quarter inch back, identical to the last one, and 35 thousandths thick at the shoulder of the edge, and it's convex ground edge just like the other one. I wasn't going to do another chop with this one, but it's a really fun knife. And since I have extra time on the video, we're going to go ahead and play with a little bit. This one up here in the sweet spot, you're looking at a 2 3/4 inch wide blade, 230 thousandths thick at the spine, 70 thousandths thick a quarter inch back from the edge, 55 thousandths of an inch at the shoulder of the edge. It's also got a convex grind that's been kind of blended in there, so it's kind of tough to tell where the shoulder of the edge is at. It's probably a little bit thinner than that. If it was a regular flat ground edge, it would measure out at about 35 thousandths or so. Now it's splitting. Told you it was a fun one.